Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura, and on this channel I do book reviews. This video is a part 1 of 2 of the books that I have read this year of 2023. So, let's dive in. So the first book I want to jump into this video with is Grimm, The Killing Time, and the author's name is Tim Wagner. But this is the second Grimm book I have read. But the first one I read last year, and so this one I read this year. This is a good kind of filler book for if you are a fan of the TV series by the same name, Grimm, on CBS. The TV series only had I want to say 6 seasons, and it started in 2011. But I've watched this TV series twice now, and this is a good filler for that show. But I really liked this book. And on to the next one is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Path of the Apocalypse. So this is an official tie-in to the video game. And so S.D. Perry is the author who did this particular book. And so it was definitely an interesting read. I probably won't reread it though, because it did become pretty sluggish. But I will try and keep what I say about each one to a minimum until I can get to a actual book review, which hopefully will be soon. So the next one is The Witcher, The Last Wish. I'm not even going to attempt to say the author's name because I will butcher it, and I don't want to be that person. All y'all probably have heard of this because of the Netflix TV series. I've never watched it personally because I don't have Netflix, but this was definitely an interesting read. I might not read it again, and I might not even continue this series. So please, Witcher fans, if you're out there watching this, please don't come at me. And I will again go into a bit more in depth in another video. The next one is The Bone Witch by Chupeco. Hopefully I'm saying their last name correctly. And that's the front cover. It's a beautiful cover and I love it. I definitely enjoyed this book. I had never heard of this author or this book until I just randomly saw it in Barnes & Noble. I think it was probably back in August, I saw it. But definitely a very good read. I will at some point reread it. So the next book that I'm going to tell you about is by Martha Wells, and it's All Systems Red. It's kind of like more of like a novella type of book. It's pretty short. I definitely liked it, and it's pretty sure it's book 1 of the Murder Bot Diaries series. And so this, again, similar to Ren Chupeco Bone Witch, this was another book that I just randomly saw, that picked it up, read the back, and I was like, oh, interesting. Definitely a good read, and I will be continuing this series next year once I can start getting more of their books. So now the rest of the books is all by the same author, and that author is Darcy Coates. I'm sure y'all, if you've walked into a Barnes & Noble and passed the horror section, might have seen her. The first one is The Craven Manor. Definitely a good one. She mostly writes with female protagonists. I've only read maybe 2 books that have a male protagonist or male main character. And so I want to say she only has like maybe 3 books with a male protagonist. But yeah, Craven Manor is the first one that I wanted to show y'all. So the next one is The Haunting of Ashburn House. This was definitely a good one. At least to me personally, more like the creepier ones. Never really was a horror reader until Darcy Coates. But yeah, I already have the 2 book review videos that I have out. Both are from the first 2 books I have ever read of hers. So that was one that I read this year. But the next one is Gallows Hill. This was definitely another good one. Overall, for the most part, the books I've read of hers have been pretty good. And that's coming from someone who's not the biggest horror fan. So the next one I will mention is the Carol Haunt. And so I was definitely drawn to the front photo. And so this was, I think, so far the most tropey, I think, of horror. Because it was definitely like, oh, seance, oh, a haunted house, oh, like high schooler, that kind of thing. And so this was, to me, it was the more tropey of the books that I've read of hers. And then the next one, only got a couple left. So the next one is The Haunting of Rook Ward House. If I try to say that too fast, I get a bit tongue-tied. So I will say this was my least favorite of hers so far. And I think I want to say I gave it a 3-star. I think it was a 2.5, 3-star that I gave this book. This probably won't be one of the first ones I reach for reread. It was just not the best. I think once I hit about 80% of the way through, it just, or even 75% of the way through, it just seemed very like, okay, come on, move on, okay? Kind of deal. But again, I will try and save that for the actual book review. So yeah, Haunting of Rook Ward House. See, tongue-tied there for a second. Okay, so second to last one is The Haunting of Gillespie House. And so this one was definitely another good one. I know I'm saying that a lot, but for someone who hasn't been able to expand her reading repertoire until recently, I'm doing good, I think, so far. And so, but yeah, that's Haunting of Gillespie House. The last one is actually Dead Lake. Y'all have probably saw the video. This is one that I had done the book review on. But yeah, this was definitely a good read. This was the second one I had ever read of her. And kind of not as bad as the Haunting of the Rookwood House was, but this might be kind of in the middle of the pile of rereads for me. It was okay, but still good. Again, I already reviewed this book on my channel, so please go watch it. And like I said earlier, I will leave a link to that video in the description box. So yeah, that was the part 1 of a 2-part series of the books that I've read in 2023. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all did, please leave a thumbs up. But if you have read any of these books, please comment down below what you thought. But please no spoilers for those who may not have read them yet or would choose to. I will for sure put out videos, hopefully, of reviews of these books. If not this year, within the first week or 2 of the new year. But if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have read any of these books, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought. I would love to read them. And if you want to get notified for the part 2 of this video of what I've read in 2023, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I will see y'all in part 2. Bye.